So guys, now we are in the college campus of the Dr. Sudhir Chandra Suri Institute of Technology. So here you can see the college campus of the Dr. Sudhir Chandra Suri Institute of Technology and Sports Complex. So now come with me towards the automobile engineering workshop. Let's come to the automobile engineering workshop. So come with me guys. So it is the chassis and transmission section of our college. So first I am going to Mr. Sandip Bhadra. He is the in charge of this chassis and transmission lab. So I am asking to Sandip Bhadra to demonstrate some components and some chassis sections. Please.
Good evening all of you. Here is the Maruti 800 chassis system, chassis car. So see here is the chassis body. Is the integral type chassis. This is the monocoque chassis system. So what is monocoque chassis system? The chassis and body are integrated in a one unit. So it's called monocoque chassis system. Now going to the next chassis. This is the conventional chassis system. This is the Tata 407 car section chassis, car section model. So this is the ladder type chassis. This is all the components are attaching on the chassis system. This is the cross section model of the engine which is driven by electric motor. Here we show how the power will transfer from front engine to rear axle. The power will transfer to the propeller shaft and is going to the rear axle through differential. This is the differential unit and it transferred to the rear axle. Here is the model of full Banjo type rear axle unit. This is the cross section of the rear wheel unit. The differential are placed here. And during the Banjo type axle, most of the truck and buses are used. Here is the model of vacuum type brake with paddle assembly. So here we can see those three paddles are there. One is A, B and C. One is accelerator, B is brake and C for clutch. And if you see the this section, brake paddles are attached with the servo system, that is vacuum brake, and some master cylinders are here, is attached to the brake, servo brake.
Now I am taking you to the engine lab section of our automobile workshop. So here Mr. Supriyo Dhara. So he is the in charge of this lab, and I am just requesting him to demonstrate of our engine section.
Welcome. This is DSCS modern engine lab. Equipped with all the modern engine and transmission system. And starting from here, this is a transmission system, and after that, this is a 4-cylinder, 4-stroke inline diesel engine powered by a rotary pump. These are the basic components of engine like FIP pump, cylinder block, cylinder head, tappet cover, and the last and the least, the sump, where the engine are present. This is cooling fan, this is water jackets, and these are the timing gears. This is the crankshaft. This entire engine from Mahindra & Mahindra diesel 4-stroke 4-cylinder diesel engine. After that, this is basically a modern type Hyundai BS4 4-cylinder 3-cylinder inline engine powered by a common rail direct injection. This is a U series engine, modern U series engine. These are the components like flywheel and the pressure plates. This is the block of the engine. This is timing part of the engine. This is traffic cover. This is a turbocharged engine basically. This is a turbocharger, catalytic converter, alternator, and these are the timing portion of the engine. This is water pump. This is alternator. This is crank pulley. This is AC pulley. These are all. Actually, this modern engine is basically used in Hyundai i10 2014 to 2016 model. Both are the same diesel engine. This is 1.1 liter U2 engine. And this is the transmission of K2 i10 model. This is a transaxle gearbox. And this is a car from Hyundai for training purpose of our student. This is a diesel engine and all the modern BS4 computerized training system are made from here. And this is the most important part of our lab. This is a BMW 4-cylinder, 4-stroke, powered by twin-turbo inline 2-liter diesel engine, fully aluminium block, output of 190 HP at the rate torque of 400 Nm, 1750 to 2500 RPM. This is a very modern and very latest engine used in all the 3 Series cars from BMW. In our lab, basically we doing practical on 4-wheeler system, but sometimes we are also using 2-wheeler. Like this is a Bajaj Pulsar 200cc 4-stroke single cylinder DTSI engine. There are various components like fuel tank, motor assembly, the instrumental switch, and the various like air filter. The heart of the bike is the engine, silencer, disc brake, all the training purpose for modern bikes, because old bikes are not equipped with disc brake and digital displays and etc etc. But in this bike we got everything. For modern upgradation of lab, we have all the facilities like Hyundai, like Bajaj, like various Maruti, all the components you see in here, like Maruti 3-cylinder MPFI engine head, to turbocharger, to viscometer, transaxle gearbox, alternator, AC compressor, etc etc. And also there are 3 engines from HM Plus for practical in our lab. This is basically a diesel engine where our student open it, fixed it and train themselves from this engine. This is a diesel one and this is a brother of the engine. This is a petrol one. It's also a 4-cylinder 4-stroke petrol engine from HM Plus. And this is a small power plant from Maruti 3-cylinder petrol engine from all Maruti 800 vehicles I have. And this is a transaxle gearbox for the same Maruti 800cc engine. These are some model to. This is a 4-stroke single cylinder TVS power plant where we take the combustion process, how the combustion process on when the engine is on. And these are the basic components like start, AC compressor, axles. And the small one is a FIP, MPFI pump electronic MPFI pump. This is viscometer. This is turbocharger. This is a cut section of turbocharger. This is a start from a suspension system. This is alternator, braking system, overhead valve mechanism, and this is the most advanced MPFI system. And this car is modified by our fourth year pass out student. It's make a normal car to enormous power of race vehicle. This is a 1300cc fully modified car that can power and race for rally. The vehicle is modified for roll cage, suspension modification, headlight modification by our own college student and make it the best rally car from our institute. This is one of the interesting chapter in our automobile lab because it is a part of the chassis lab. We call this chassis dynamometer. Why we need chassis dynamometer? To measuring all various aspects of engine speed, torque, various horsepower. In our two-wheeler, we need this chassis dynamometer. Basically, this is a two-wheeler from Bajaj Platina, and this is rolled on a wheel, and where the details are recorded in our computer, and we get all those digits to calculate the power, output, torque, mileage, etc. in our two-wheeler. So this is a very interesting chapter of automobile history.
Now we are having with us the mastermind of this project, who is designed the chassis of this vehicle, Mr. Shomo De. He is currently pursuing the BTech in Automobile Engineering of our college. So Shomo, yes, sir. Just can you share your experience of this project? Can you share?
My experience with this college after studying for diploma for 3 years, and right now I'm studying bachelor's in automotive engineering. It's been 4 years and it's like an amazing journey for me. Like I have get the opportunities in here like nowhere else. So for the diploma third year final year project, me and my fellow classmates, we formed a team called Team Hyper Racer, and we developed a all-wheel drive hybrid electric vehicle. This vehicle works like a regular petrol engine and in electric power also. Like the front wheels of this vehicle is driven by an electric motor which is 750 watt in power output, and the voltage is 48 volt. The front wheel has been driven by these batteries, which are 12 volt batteries series in 48 volts, and as you can see, this is a single seater SAE style vehicle. So the objective of this vehicle was to reduce the range anxiety in the current buyers of four-wheelers, and to show them that a car can be driven in both power, not in the single power like either in petrol or in electric, but it can be driven by both power, electric and petrol energy. So we have used recyclable parts, automotive parts, and we have redone all the mechanical parts so that our manufacturing cost could be lesser than a normal development of a SAE designed car. Like we have invested like 40,000 rupees in this project, and we have successfully done this project in 4 months. And that's how you show them that a car can be developed in both energy, so that if somebody doesn't have the capabilities to buy petrol because of its high value, so they can easily drive this vehicle in electric power. Thank you so much.
Okay guys, so now I am in the ETPM lab section. What is ETPM? ETPM means the Engine Testing Performance Measurement Lab. So here you can see this is a single cylinder 4-stroke diesel engine with rope brake dynamometer. So by using this engine or by using this setup, we can measure the engine performance. We can measure the brake horsepower. We can measure the indicator horsepower. Okay, and also we can measure the mechanical efficiency, fuel consumption, so volumetric efficiency. So these are the related to the engine performance. So now guys, I am now just going to my fellow colleague, Mr. Tanmoy Kundu. So sir, I want to ask you about what is the future aspect? What is the future aspect of the automobile engineering? Because you can see here there is a lot of engine components. There is a lot of chassis. Okay. So what is your suggestion and what is can you conclude that what is the future aspect of the automobile engineering department?
Yes. So, as we all know that during these pandemic situations, the demand for the vehicles have been raised for a certain period of time, and it's been totally developed. The demand has been totally rising, and what happened that parallel to that, in order to meet that demand, the production of the vehicles is now rising rapidly. So, new technologies are upgraded, various technologies are coming out. So, what my personal belief is that any student who has the passion to conduct or to pursue his engineering background, especially in the automobile sector, so he should get the huge opportunity in the global market, and definitely if he is able to perform something good, so his threshold for beyond the knowledge will definitely come up into the stage. And of course, I believe that a student, and must be what I am telling that if a particular student who is having the passion, and I am focusing on this particular point, that he is having the passion in automobile engineering, and he likes the motor vehicles and the different components of automotive sectors, and I must say that their future scope is very, very, very good in that sense.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable comments. So, guys, you have listened that what Tanmoy Kundu sir told, that he is also an assistant professor of our automobile engineering department of Dr. Sudhir Chandra Suri Institute of Technology. So you get the idea that what situation is coming in our future and why the automobile engineering is very much important for your upcoming generation, and why automobile engineering should be in the highest level because of this pandemic situation. Because already sir has told that due to this pandemic situation that we have to maintain the social distancing and also the physical distancing. So to maintain this physical distancing and social distancing, we have to avoid the public transport. So when we are avoiding this public transport, we are just using our personal vehicles. So due to this reason, the sales growth is increasing, and when the sales is increasing, you all know that the production will be get increased, and when the production will get increased, it means the automobile engineers will get the opportunity. Okay.